Blake Foster, a.k.a. Blue Turbo Ranger, Justin Bishass, you know what I'm saying? One of the least popular Power Rangers, but, he's gained some popularity, I guess, for all the wrong reasons, stemming basically around his plastic alleged 3D printed turbo morpher, who once had something that called me a clout chaser, talking about, it's going to be some consequences, which I imply this as like he going to fight me or something when he see me. However, accountability still exists. In today's digital age, many people feel comfortable making bold statements online without considering the real world consequences. Well, make another bold statement back. Or, this put me in a story like a little bitch instead of addressing the many allegations that have been thrown your way with proof. And all you have to do is say this bullshit. People see straight through it, man. However, accountability still exists beyond the internet, and eventually words and actions align. Henry Resilient may want to keep that in mind. That's how I feel about that.
Shut up, bitch.
Anyway, here we have the testimony of our own geek culture, talking about Blake Foster lost his weed. Let's hear the story out.
Hey man, I may have told you this one before, but got a little info that may add some extra credibility to, the stuff involving Blake Foster and weed. Now, like I said, Blake's been cool to me. He was a little offstandish the first time I met him, almost rude, but he's been cool since. But at Ranger Stop and Pop, when my friend and I were in the elevator, we actually ended up one of the times being on with Blake, and I believe it was his manager or his friend or something. I don't know exactly. But Blake's standing there, he had just gotten on the elevator, and all at once he started freaking out like he was patting his pants and goes, "Where's it at? Where's it at? Where'd it go?" He's like, "Did you forget it in the room?" Talking to his friend. And the guy's like, "Yeah." He's like, "How could you forget it in the room, man? How could you forget the stuff? I just lit that. I mean, oh man, I don't know how you could forget. We got to get back there." And so they got off at the next floor and went back up, I guess. So it was kind of interesting. I heard at the same night, he got extremely high and extremely drunk. I know one of the...
This seems to be a common theme with this guy, huh? Getting high, getting drunk at conventions, people paying you money or guaranteeing you money to show up, and fans paying to see you. I don't know. Maybe fans want to see you high and drunk. I don't know.
Rangers from, I think, Dino Fury got drunk with him, and Blake actually posted a picture somewhere of a video of the dude throwing up in the parking lot because they were both so drunk. So it's kind of interesting.
Oh man, more of these stories are coming out, but this is not the big story. The big story is this. So I had the pleasure of having a conversation with this guy, and he showed me all the direct messages, and I'm gonna get to the super chats at the end of the segment, where he was like, Blake Foster tried to get me to do this. Per our conversation via Instagram, which is me and him, direct message, below are the details of a sketchy interaction I had with Blake Foster. I decided to just share the comic book story for now, as even though the CBD interaction was very sketchy, I technically did not get scammed, which is true. So what ended up happening with the CBD store, which I saw all the messages was Blake Foster reached out. So what ends up happening, this is how he targets the people he wants to try to extract resources from. Let's give him some promo. If you spend a lot of money with Blake and he sees you to be like a true fan of his, or however he deems it, he will target you. And what he did was, and I saw the text messages, Blake, if you deny it, I'm sure all the text messages will definitely get released. He hit this guy up and said, "Hey, I'm coming out with a CBD product. Okay, I got this CBD product. It's the best product in the world. Everyone's going to love it, yada, yada, yada. But I need you to invest in it." And right now, he said he had like a certain 5-figure dollar amount. And he was asking for a 4-figure dollar donation. And it was not $1,000. It was way more to invest in it. And in exchange, he would give him a percentage of the sales. And I'm trying to explain to the person who's whistleblowing on Blake, I'm like, bro, he probably ran this script on you and every other person who spent large amounts of money or he assumed had access to larger values of money that are willing to trust him. All right. So that is what happened. But the guy was like, no, I did not give him the money he was requesting for the CBD investment in exchange for a percentage of the sales. Okay. But he goes on to say, however, that interaction was about 6 months ago, and I still have not heard anything about that product launch. And I'm almost certain whoever end up investing in that will never see their money again, which is likely probably true. So now we get to the whistleblowing part. So he says, about a year ago, Blake Foster released a comic book series produced by him and his team. Basically a Where Is He Now? Justin Stewart series. The comic was the first issue 0, of what is/was supposed to be a multiple issue comic book series. There has still not been a second issue released to his knowledge. God damn, man. These Power Rangers and these promises like, hey, I'm going to release a Henry Resilient comic. It's going to be a 10-part series. Here's part 1. Give me money for it. and then I'm going to put out more once I get the money. You know, that's how it works. Blake was posting on his social media, him selling these comics at conventions, and I thought it was cool and interesting idea. Products, so I inquired with Blake on if there was any way to purchase a copy of this online, or if the only way to purchase a copy was to stop at his table at a convention. Let's keep it going. Blake told me I could purchase one from him directly, and the price he gave me seemed very high for a comic book. I think it was like $80 or something. I saw Blake posting fans buying copies of his comic book right and left at his table and thought to myself, there's absolutely no way fans are paying this much for a comic. For reference, the price he quoted me was 6 times the price of Amy Jo Johnson's The Return. God damn. God damn, man. I did not want to buy it since I was the one that reached out to him. I thought we had business. Plus, I was curious to read about the product. I received the comic probably about 2 weeks after the initial interaction, was highly disappointed. The comic was only 6 pages long. It was not even in color. Damn. Damn. Not even in color. He stated online there was only a limited amount of issue 0 produced, so I felt better about my situation, knowing there was only a limited amount produced. Literally, a few weeks later, after stating there was never to be another copy of issue 0 produced, he posted the comic is now on his website for people to purchase if anyone missed out. The price on the website, which is currently still up, is $30. Damn. Damn. You get got, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
You got him. The price is 3 times less than what he charged me. So, like I said, remember, if it's 3 times less, then the price was like, I think maybe $100 now. I'll have to go look back at the screenshots. And yes, I did go to his website, the Hustle Matters shop, and it is right there. So imagine this, right? You're Blake Foster. You have some fan who's like, hey man, you really into Justin Stewart, man. I got this comic. It's only going to be a limited amount of them. You like, shit, really? Yeah, man. I'm selling them left and right at my table, man. Left and right. For real? Yeah, man. These shits is going like hotcakes. This is what I'll tell you. I'm going to sell you one. For how much? I think it was like $90 to $100 at this point. Maybe it was $100 even. $100. Limited edition. It's going to be limited, man. I'm going to send it. I'm going to sign it. All that good shit. You like, for real? Yeah, man. Cash at me that $100. And in 2 weeks, you gonna get issue fucking 0 of the Justin Stewart series. And you like, oh, cool, man. You get that goddamn Justin Stewart series. You like 6 pages, fucking black and white. you like,
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
What? Oh, hey, you got, man. Don't hate the player, hate the game, man. Only buy a product from a Power Ranger that you see in person, unless it's Amy Jo Johnson. But I think the craziest story is if he gives me permission to release the goddamn CBD investments stuff. It is your classic, hey, give me money and I'm going to give you 5% of sales. Ninja don't got no license, don't got no physical shop, don't got no online shop. Talking about he raised X amount of dollars with no proof and he got other investors ready. So if you got other investors ready, why the fuck you need my money? And why do you need such a low amount? Thank goodness he didn't invest. But guys, what do you think of the whistleblower coming forward to say, hey, don't trust Blake Foster? Now, here's the thing, right? The whole reason why he didn't want me to show like the text messages is because 1, he goes to conventions, and 2, he is still cool with some of these people. So do me a favor, like the video and let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.